All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the 450 North Brewing Company, and they're out of Columbus, Indiana. And this is their Slushy XL, the peach ring variant. So they're calling this one a Smoothie-style Berliner Weisse that is brewed with peaches. It comes in at 5.45% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 4.5 months old. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Todd, for hooking me up with this one. So thank you very much, good sir. I'll post a link in the description box to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies that Todd hooked me up with. And this is the second to last slushy that I'm reviewing that Todd sent my way. The first three, I did 2 Slushy XLs and a Slush Mellow, and they were all pretty damn good. The Sour Worms Slushy XL was fantastic. The Slush Mellow Peach Tang Fluff variant was fantastic as well. So I'm hoping for good things from this one, and that's because they're trying to replicate gummy peach rings. Based on the label and what they're brewing with, probably. So like most of the heavily fruited sour reviews I do on my channel, this one was already poured out. It didn't gush at all, but yeah, I poured it I poured it over the sink, and everything was fine. So that pours out this really nice peachy color. I mean, it looks like kind of like OJ or maybe peach juice or, you know, tangerine juice, something like that in the glass. It has, you know, remnants of the fruit puree at the top, very murky and turbid. Has pretty good carbonation. It has no, the head's gone now. Carbonation's pretty lively in this one. But yeah, it plays the role of what I would expect a beer like this to look like. Let's get a nose. Yeah, so tons of peach. That's cool. So it smells like, it really does smell like gummy peach rings or peach gummy rings. It has a candied peach character to it, but it also has like a real peach character as well, kind of a mixture of both. It has that like sugary, like, I mean, with peach rings, you know, you have the sugar on the outside, kind of has like that sugary confectionery sugar kind of feel to it, but then it has like more of an authentic peach character as well. It smells sweet and tart, like a nice mixture of both. Not overly complex. This is basically candied peach meets real peach with a nice mixture of sweetness and tartness. There's not much more to say about the nose, honestly. It smells exactly like I thought it would, so let's get into it. Cheers, everybody, and thanks again, Todd. Okay, so like they tried to do the, you know, gummy sour worms in the last one I reviewed, and that one came off more of like a cherry limeade with like a splash of passion fruit juice. It really didn't replicate what I would think sour gummy worms would taste like in beer form. This peach rings, gummy peach rings, peach gummy rings, whatever you want to call them, in sour beer form. The body on this one is like higher side of medium body. It doesn't have the thick, like pulpy, viscous type of body you want from the smoothie-style Berliner Weisses, but it's still thick enough where, okay, I'm fine with it. The mouthfeel, this is where it's a bit different than some of the other ones I've reviewed. It has a nice soft smoothness, but it's not really creamy. It has a lot of carbonation. When I poured it out, I could see all the bubbles streaming up. This is highly carbonated, very spritzy on the tongue. What it does, though, is it kind of washes away the palate after you take a drink with all that carbonation. Makes you go back for more, so it almost has like a drying effect to the tongue. So body and mouthfeel a bit different than some of the ones I've had from them. But here's where it shines. The fucking taste is exactly what you'd expect from peach gummy rings. Just done. I mean, they are in here. It just tastes like somebody melted down peach gummy rings and threw it in a fucking sour beer. That's what it is. Right at the front of the palate, you're hit with sweet, candied-like peach sensation. There's a pretty hefty sweetness as it passes through the palate. More of an authentic kind of a peach comes to the forefront, but it's like an over-ripened, sweeter peach right after the candied. So, like I said, like the nose has this mixture of sweet and or candied and authentic peach. So does the taste. Mid-palate is where the tartness peaks in. And it's more of a firmly tart beer than a sour. The one thing with the slushy beers from 450 North, I haven't found too many of them to be like mouth puckering. They usually have a firm tartness, sometimes a low sourness, but never like full-on sour for me. And this doesn't as well. This has just a firm tartness, but it's nice. Breaks up the monotony of all the sweet peach, candy kind of sweetness at the front of the palate. As it passes on through and continues and finishes, it finishes with an acidic kind of just like acidic tartness on the back of the palate. It kind of lingers there. By the end of the drink, this does not become too sweet because of that acidity and the tartness that hits mid-palate. It has a good balance between the sweetness and the tartness. No bitterness here. This is super refreshing right now. It's pretty warm outside, so this is going to go down like water. Wow. This is another delicious one from them. I think, I'm just thinking about like what I gave the last couple rating wise. I think if you were going to rate this one on a sour beer or smoothie-style Berliner Weisse brewed with peaches and trying to replicate the peach gummy rings, this is like a 5 out of 5. Like this, they've done a great job nailing that flavor in here. And you know what? It doesn't taste too synthetic. Like I've had some beers recently where it just has like, I did a, what was it? Smoothie Dreams from the Devil's Trumpet Brewing Company. Another one Todd sent my way. And that was strawberry banana, and the strawberry was like Jolly Rancher. The banana was like Banana Runts, and that was synthetic through and through. Like there wasn't really any real fruit character. This has the peach gummy rings, but it also has a real kind of peach character. But even the peach gummy rings isn't overly synthetic, or like, it doesn't seem that it's like it's artificial. It just seems like it belongs in a beer like this. So a 5 out of 5 for stylistically what they're trying to do. For my own personal preference though, I probably like this one around the same. Yeah, I'm going to say I like this one as much as the Sour Worms one, just in a different way. Yeah, I'm going to give Slushy XL, the peach ring variant from 450 North, a straight 4.5 out of 5. I mean, they've done an excellent job with this one. They nailed it. And it's just fucking pretty damn good. What I would like from this one is a bigger body to get a higher score. Bigger body and more tartness. That's one thing with the Slushy XL and Slushy series in general from 450 North. Like I said, not enough tartness for me. I want like a firm sourness because these are sweet. So I need something to stop it from being overly sweet. Now this has enough tartness to do that, but I would like to see a little bit more from that. So like to see a bigger body. It'd be a little bit more tart and just more complexity. But at the end of the day, not really for this one because they say it's peach ring. They brew it with peaches. That's what you're getting. I don't know. And the ABV, I can't even taste it, whatever. You know, the whole running joke with them when they had the whole ABV controversy, you couldn't taste the alcohol because there really wasn't any in it. They've now done the whole, like, you know, lab testing, and this one came in at 5.45%. And yeah, I mean, sure, it's a 5.5% beer. That's fine. I will say this tastes more like a Berliner Weisse and a real beer than a lot of the beers within their series. A lot of them are too sweet, a lot of them are candy-like, and a lot of them just don't have beer properties. This one does. So 4.5 out of 5 for this one. Price and availability, I believe these are $22 for a pack, and you can buy these brewery only. Or trade for them. That's pretty much the only way you're getting them. They do online sales now where you can go to the brewery and pick them up and whatnot. But yeah, brewery only. If you want to get your hands on any slushies, and you're not in the area, then you have to trade for them. But I think they're worth it. I think if you want to try some unique flavors and just cool beer in general, I'd say give them a go. So thanks again to Todd for hooking me up with this one. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Until the next one, cheers.